guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, my hair is wet. I just got done working out and I'm in one of my boyfriend's sweatshirts because I gotta do my makeup, but right now I'm just getting comfortable, relaxing a little bit. And since you guys said yes to this, I do want to show you my palette collection because I also just really need to go through this drawer and rearrange everything because it's a mess. So let's get to the video. So, before I begin, I did make my vanity, so I do have bigger drawers than anyone else would normally have. So we just bought like an old teacher's desk and we painted it and put new knobs on it and everything. So this front drawer, actually I'm surprised it's not like overbearingly heavy, but it's very sturdy. This front drawer is about like this high and very wide and deep. So this is my palette drawer. And it is overflowing. So the first palette I have in here is the Ruby May palette. This is that all glitter and chunky glitter palette that I tested out in a different video. And I've actually only used this palette once, but I do really like it and I can't wait to play with other ones. But this purple and this pink, it's like a very hot pink, are just calling me to do something with it. And I have a very good idea for this pink one. And also the like holographic ones up here, I can't wait. Next, I also have my highlighting palettes in here. So I have the Aurora palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I just love the colors, and it has like the one neutral and the one pink, and then the rest are kind of crazy fun colors. The last highlighting palette in this drawer is the Moonchild. This is my favorite. I've had this is like my baby. I've had this for like 2-3 years now. I love the packaging and the inside, and you can kind of tell this one, I've used it a lot, like a lot. It is deep in there, and you can tell I've kind of touched every single color. Alright, continuing on, next I have my Morphe palette. This is the 9C palette, and I've used this, I believe, twice now. I do love the purples in it, and you can tell that I really have touched this one a lot. I think I have posted a look that I did with this on my Instagram, so make sure you go check that out. It's just queenk.mua. But I do like this palette and I need to play with it more. Next I have the She palette from ColourPop. I've used this one a few times. You can tell I really like this color in it. I do like all the colors really. Next from ColourPop I have the I Think I Love You palette. It doesn't have the name on the front, so I couldn't tell. I love this packaging. ColourPop's packaging is just, it's good. I have used mainly this side of the palette a lot, so like these rows of 3 over here. I do really love the colors of this palette. It's just very natural, neutral, but also has like a fun mixture of like the blacks and all the browns that you need. And then the little like bronzy shimmer there. Next, also from ColourPop, I have the My Little Pony palette, which a lot of people are like, why do you have that? You're not a child. Okay. 1, a child is not going to be a makeup artist. 2, this is like from my childhood, and the packaging is cute, and the colors in it, I needed it for this like deep teal and this light blue teal. Oh, my favorite colors. This palette is beautiful. I love the purples, I love the teals, and then you have the good neutrals in there just to help out with the transition shades and everything like that. You can tell, I haven't played with this teal too much. I did dip into it once. I've mainly touched like the whitish, it has like a teal reflector in it, but I've mainly touched the white color and the 2 purpley pinks. Also from ColourPop, I have the Yes Please palette. This is one of their most popular palettes out there. I love this palette just because it's a lot of, you can tell I touched this a lot. It's very messy. It does flake like a little bit, like gets a little powdery, but I don't mind because usually it's a good shadow when it does that. But you can tell that I have touched every color in here except for this one. I need to get to that. I'm just scared of putting dark shimmers on my lid with my tone. Alright, next I have the Jaclyn Hill, which one is this? Armed and Gorgeous palette. I bought this like a week or two ago. I have not used it yet still. I mainly bought it for that army, I'm pointing to the wrong side now. I mainly bought it for this army green right here and this gold color. I feel like you don't get very many true golds. I also really love this brown kind of duochrome thing. So I do need to play with this palette. I've heard mixed feelings. I should say that I have touched this white like once because it's a shimmer white and I used it to highlight my inner corner. Next I have the Norvina palette. I have played with this twice, I think. I've swatched all of the shimmers. I love them. I have played a lot with the rose gold, so this color right here, and the more neutral shimmer. And then I've also gone in with these two and Passion, because it's more of like a deep burgundy purple kind of. I did post the look that I did with this. The brush just fell out. I did post the look that I did with this on my Instagram. I do really love this palette. I love the colors. I love the blendability. I love the pigment. It is great. It is worth it for me. It's not going to be worth it for everyone. Maybe you don't like the colors. Maybe it doesn't work on you. To each their own, but I do really love this palette, and this was my first Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Next I have the Too Faced Clover palette. Now this one is named after the owner's dog, which is a Chihuahua, and I mainly bought it because I have a Chihuahua of my own, and they also donated money to rescue dogs with this palette and animals, so, you know, I needed it. I love the package. I do like the colors that are inside. I've played around some with this dark blue and then some of the brown shades. I need to play with this palette more. It was kind of on the bottom of all these palettes, so sometimes they just get lost in there, which is also why I'm going through it, just to see what I want to do with my makeup look today, if I'm going to do a skills test. I'm really feeling green eyeshadow. I don't know why. We'll get to that in a second. But I'm not sure if this palette is worth it yet. I think they still sell it, and they still donate towards dogs as well with it. So for that, it is a good reason, and it all goes towards that, and I do support that. I have the Naked 2 palette. This is the very first palette I ever really got, and I asked for it for Christmas. I've had this. You're only supposed to keep them 24 months, I believe. 12. To me, if a shadow's still good, it's still good. It's not, like, I've never had any problems, I've never had any breakouts because of an eyeshadow. But I've had this palette since, like, my sophomore, freshman year of high school, and I'm a junior in college now. So, this is my baby. This is my holy grail. I go towards it a lot. Not so much anymore because I have so many other palettes and I'm really getting into colors and pushing my limits with things. But you can tell, oh yeah, so the black is missing. If you missed that video, go see that. I do have it in a depotted magnetic palette in here because it keeps falling out and I just got tired of it. But if you can't tell, I used to really love the black, even though it's not in here. The silver, I used to do like a silver black smoky eye like every day. Don't know. It did look really good, but at the same time I'm like, wow, why did I choose such dark colors? I also really love Tease, the natural brown in here, and then you can really tell that I really love Booty Call. I have hit pan on this like no other. It's just, and I have touched almost every single color in here, so this palette is my go-to palette. Then I have the Lorac Pro palette. I don't remember which number this is. I have not used this yet. I have swatched it, which is why it's a little messy. I just really loved the blue and the purple next to it, and then this like shimmery, almost army green. I have not played with it yet, so I don't know if it's worth it. I really, really need to. This is what I'm saying. Like, I need to go through my palettes and just see. This is why I'm doing this video first, so that I can get a feel out for what I really want to do with my makeup today. Now I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. this or either, I think this was the second palette I ever got. So this one's been with me for a while too. I love that it smells like chocolate, and I love that it is made with cocoa powder. And you can tell that I really love these two brown shades. I did play with the pink and the burgundy, although I was very upset. The burgundy turned out more brown than it did burgundy. So that kind of look didn't work for me that day, but I do really love this palette. It's very pigmented and very blendable, and I know that they still do have this palette, and now they also have the white chocolate palette, the bonbons palette, the semi-sweet one, and then they also have the gold chocolate bar. Is that what it's called? The one that has like the gold running down the bar. The palette's very pretty to me. I just don't like the colors that are in it. And I'm not going to buy the palette for the packaging. Next I have the Too Faced Glitter palette. It's a limited time only palette. It actually launched the day after my birthday. So I got it for my birthday because I was like, I need this. This is what during my glitter phase, and I still love glitter. I will always love glitter, as you can tell by the Ruby May palette. But I love the packaging because it's like loose glitters in there. And then I have touched the white a lot, and these three colors. I need to get into the other ones. They do have like glitter infused in here, but it's also mixed with like a shimmer shadow. So it's not like the Ruby May palette where I have to use a glitter glue. I do just so I get more payoff. I really do love this color, so I need to play with this sometime. Again, I'm not used to putting like dark on my actual lid. I usually just do dark on the crease. So I need to get out of my comfort zone with that. However, I do love this palette. There were some people saying that they hated it, but I could do some really good looks, and I think I posted one on my Instagram as well of like a blue. I did use the blue and the light pink purple in that, so make sure you check that out. Next I have the Naked One palette. This is my third palette that I ever got. This one isn't, let me take the brush out before it falls out. This one isn't touched quite as much as my Naked 2. This is still like my holy grail. And I think it's mainly because it has a lot more of the darker tones, but I do also really love this palette. Again, I'm just venturing more into a lot of different colors now, and a lot of different looks and everything. But I do love every color that's in there, and I have really touched Virgin a lot. That just sounds wrong. That sounds so wrong. I've also touched Buck a lot. I've used Half Bake a lot too, but I think that one's also in the Naked 2 palette. They reused some of the colors from this one and put it in the Naked 2. This palette. I wanted this palette for years, and I never asked for it for Christmas, and I never asked for it any other time, and my mom was just like, she's talked about this palette a lot, she loves this palette, I'm gonna get it. So, this was a surprise. The Naked Smoky palette, they actually don't sell anymore. The palette itself is so pretty. I love the smoke background. I haven't really touched a lot of the colors in here a lot either. I really need to again as well, because I do really love this palette. I just was not big into smoky eyes when this palette came out, so I'm glad I got it before they discontinued it, because I will need to play around and do more smoky eyes. I'm gonna try to get into putting more dark in my eyes, or like doing a halo. That's what I should do today. I should do a halo eye, because I've wanted to do that forever, and I just feel like it won't look good on me, but we'll see. This one I actually just ordered from ColourPop. They had a sale on their make your own palette thing, so I did do that, and I got all the colors that I feel like I wanted in here. I really wanted Glass Bowl, because this one is like the brown purple duochrome. It's very, very pretty. It's got like flecks of green and blue, and it gives my soul life. I love it. And then I wanted something that had all the neutrals where I could do a basic look, but also a ton of fun colors. So as you can see, there's a shimmer purple and a matte purple, a green matte and a green shimmer, a blue shimmer and a blue matte, and an orange shimmer and an orange matte. I wanted to kind of make it like the matte and the shimmers so that I could do a full look with just that one color alone, but also have that transition shade in there and highlight. So I really made this palette for myself, for my own reasons, with like a whole mindset in place. So I haven't used this yet because I just got it. I have the Subculture palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I literally just bought this like 3 days ago, and this is probably partly why I really want to do a green look. The brush is still even wrapped. I really do love all of the colors that are in here. Like, you have your neutrals, you have your greens, you have your purples, you have a nice like mustard orange yellow, you have a nice mustard yellow. Like, it's a very neat colored palette, and I know that this palette was like one of the first palettes to have a controversy because I heard it is powdery, but again, I don't mind if it's powdery in the pan as long as there's not a lot of fallout on my eyes and it's very pigmented and looks nice. I can work with it. So I'm excited to try this out. I do like the fact that the Norvina palette, all the tops are shimmers and all the bottoms are mattes. This one only has 3 shimmers, so really if you want to do a look, you either have to do all matte or like a shimmer and a matte, because there's not very many shimmers in here to make different shimmer looks, really. I mean, you can with the mattes, but you get what I'm saying. So I will play with this palette sometime. Next, I have my 3502 from Morphe. This is their like second fall looking one. I still have the sheet in here, but I have played with some of the browns in here. I really just loved this for this row right here. This row is just beautiful. I love it. I love all the browns. I love all the shimmers. I really want to do a look with these. They're very like fiery orange red. It's great. I have not played with those colors yet, but I need to. This is the Morphe 35B, which they do not sell anymore. And I think partly it's because of James Charles palettes coming out. Well, it's already out on their site. It's coming out in Ulta like tonight or tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm getting it for Christmas. I cannot wait. I want to play with it so bad because you can make neutrals and you can make crazy looks, and it's just, I want that palette. Anyway, I will give this palette for that palette. This is the 35B with all the crazy colors. Like I said, this was the first palette I ever bought myself when I was getting into the colors, and my mom really does not. She's not a color person. She's very neutral, everyday. I have touched almost every color in this palette. I've made rainbow looks. I haven't done that in a while. I think my very first picture on my Instagram is my second rainbow look overall, and I loved it. It wasn't like reds and yellows and pinks on one side and blues on the other. It was just like blues, greens, and purples. So I think I really want to do one side of one of the rainbow and the other side of the other. Even though it's done a lot, I just really like it. But this was also when I thought, two totally different eyes were weird. So I wanted it to match. So I used mostly blues and greens, and I think in this palette I've mostly used the blues and greens and like the transition shades as well. But this is a wonderful palette. They don't sell it anymore, but James Charles palette is out. Sold out on Morphe right now, but it's coming to Ulta and I'm excited. Then I have Makeup Revolution by Petra palette. This one I love because it's a dual-sided palette, so there's a lot of colors in here. Like, you have your neutrals, pinks and purples and browns, and then you have the fun like reds and yellows and navies and more neutrals. I have not played with this yet. I bought this like 2 weeks ago. I've never tried a Makeup Revolution palette before, so I'm kind of iffy because I've heard things. I literally bought this when all of the Emily the Needs the Once palette thing was going down on YouTube, and I honestly really want to try the once palette because the colors in there are pretty. I'm just very skeptical, so I'm also skeptical of this palette, but I'll try it out. Then I have my little depotted palette from Tarte in here. I just bought this from Tarte. It's glittery, thought it was cute, and I needed something because this is black. Here's that black from the Naked 2 palette. I had all of these, but like I really wanted something to put this in because I was done with it. I was like, it's not falling out anymore, I'm done with it. Random things I've gotten from Ipsy in here. Also, this one I think my mom just ordered me from Avon because I was getting into colors and I really wanted a purple, so it's like a purple shimmer. This one's from ColourPop. I got in Ipsy. It's Paper Tiger. I think this one's Urban Decay. I have no idea what this one is. They might both be. This one is like the Benefit blush. This one is the Mary Luminizer that I got from Ipsy. And then they're just random ones in here, so random palette. Then I have the Totally Cute palette. I got this one a while ago. I have touched almost every color in here. I really haven't played with it in a while. It's not my go-to palette, but I do love these two shades, green shades in here. And I did do like a spotlight eye with those once, and that to me, I was like, whoa, like I like it, but I don't at the same time. So I want to try that again, and that's the whole reason this palette is in here. Otherwise, if I don't like it, I don't know if I'll keep it just for those two colors. And last but not least, I have a BH Cosmetics Eyes on the 60s palette. I have not used this yet. I swatched a few and like this is cool, but like because of that I have to keep this on here. I don't like that. I think this is one of their older palettes, so I'm very skeptical. I could not find it online anymore. I have only swatched them. They're very tiny, like hands. Let me see, like I can show you. This is kind of like normal size pans, so they're very tiny. And I've swatched a few of the colors, and I'm honestly scared on whether this is going to be pigmented or not. I've heard that BH Cosmetics has come out with really good things lately. I do like some of the colors in here. I just don't think it would last long, for one, because they're very small. And I just did not like the swatches that I had done of some of the colors. I think one of them was this purple here. It kind of blends in with the palette. One of them was one of the blues, and I really love these two shades. These are like my favorite colors right here. And I swatched one of those, and I don't know. So I'll give it a try. I'll let you guys know. Let me know if you want to see any of these in a video or request looks. There you have it. There's all my palette collection. It seems like a lot when you look in here, but I feel like after just spewing all that out, it's not a lot, but at the same time, it kind of is. So now I'm going to go figure out what I'm doing with my makeup, and I'll either be doing a skills test video or just random makeup that I want to do. So yeah, so thank you for sticking around for my whole palette collection, even though it may be a lot. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for any of my other videos. I will be doing a testing my makeup skills series, so all of the fun looks like the slime eyeliner and flower eyeliner and just crazy looks. So stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching.